Imagine walking through a city, enjoying the sights, when you stumble upon something eerie, an old prison where thousands perished, an abandoned town still echoing with tragedy, or a location that, by all logic, should have been wiped off the map. Yet, these places endure, standing as reminders of history's darkest chapters. Some are preserved out of necessity, others out of sheer oversight. Either way, they exist and they shouldn't. But why do they persist? And what can they teach us? Let's uncover some of the most chilling historical sites that defy logic by still standing today. 1. The island of no return, Poveglia, Italy, dubbed one of the most haunted places in the world. Poveglia Island off the coast of Venice has a horrific past. Once a quarantine zone for plague victims and later a mental asylum rumored to have hosted cruel experiments, it has remained abandoned for decades. Despite multiple attempts to repurpose it, the island remains eerily untouched. A 2023 study on trauma-linked geographies suggests that places associated with intense suffering leave a psychological imprint on collective memory, making redevelopment nearly impossible. Is it just superstition, or does the island truly repel new life? 2. The Death Railway, Thailand-Burma Railway, built during World War II by forced laborers and Allied POs under Japanese command. This railway cost the lives of over 100,000 people. It's a marvel of engineering, yet it exists as a grim monument to inhumanity. A recent 2024 study in historical trauma resilience found that infrastructure built under extreme duress often carries emotional and cultural scars, affecting its surrounding communities for generations. While sections are still in use today, many believe the railway should have been dismantled as an act of closure. But is erasing history the right approach? 3. Unit 731, Japan's forgotten horror deep in the heart of Harbin, China, lies a site of unspeakable horror. Unit 731, a biological warfare research facility run by the Imperial Japanese Army during World War II. The crimes committed here rival even the worst war atrocities, yet the site remains standing. In 2022, researchers uncovered new documents revealing that post-war geopolitics allowed many involved to escape justice. Today, it serves as a museum, but its continued existence sparks controversy. Should it be preserved for education, or does keeping it standing glorify its dark past? 4. The ghost city of Pripyat, Chernobyl's legacy frozen in time since 1986. Pripyat, Ukraine, stands as a chilling reminder of nuclear disaster. Evacuated overnight, the city remains eerily intact, with children's toys still in place and personal belongings scattered as if their owners might return at any moment. A 2023 study on urban decay and radiation effects found that Pripyat will remain uninhabitable for thousands of years. Yet it draws in tourists fascinated by its post-apocalyptic aesthetic. Should this city have been demolished, or does it serve a greater purpose as a stark warning against human error? 5. The execution grounds of Tuolsleng, Cambodia's genocide memorial, once a school. Tuolsleng was transformed into a brutal Khmer Rouge interrogation center, where thousands were tortured and executed. It now stands as a genocide museum, displaying haunting photographs and instruments of torture. While its preservation is crucial for historical accountability, some survivors argue that constantly reliving the trauma through its existence hinders healing. A 2024 psychological study on generational trauma suggests that sites like these can perpetuate cycles of suffering, leaving an open question: does remembrance outweigh the pain? The toxic wasteland of Love Canal, USA's environmental disaster. What happens when a town is built on a toxic waste dump? Love Canal, New York, answers that question in horrifying detail. Poisoned by industrial waste, the area became unlivable, leading to mass evacuations in the 1970s. While some parts have been redeveloped, fears of lingering toxicity remain. A recent environmental study in 2023 found that despite decades of cleanup, the soil still contains hazardous traces of dioxins. Should places with such deadly histories ever be re-inhabited? Many of these sites exist because history refuses to be erased. But should they remain standing as warnings, or should they be demolished to move forward? The key lesson here is that our past, no matter how painful, has lasting effects. Whether through policy, education, or preservation, acknowledging history is the first step toward preventing its repetition. These places shouldn't exist, yet they do. They force us to confront the past, question the present, and rethink the future. What do you think? Should we preserve them as stark reminders, or is it time to let go? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more thought-provoking content.